cocaine. It's not what it's cracked up to be.
Good evening, fellow students. I am here to tell you about cocaine. The first thing I will show you is an interview with someone. I'm sorry, but I had to use a puppet because the person's face they didn't want to be shown, but the audio is all to you.
Wish I could tell you my name, but I don't want anyone knowing. I'm a recovering addict, and I got lured into this by my friends telling me that I'd feel so high that I wouldn't be able to feel pain anymore, that it'd make me feel super. I regret everything I've done to this point. I wish that I could take it all back. My grades have lowered. I can't seem to focus anymore.
Hello, it's me again. I just have some facts I'd like to tell you. Well, the first thing is that Coke mainly was spun up, like, when Coca-Cola first was coming out, they first had put cocaine in it. Because that's just how popular the drug was back then. They didn't think much about it, because it just seemed to get them high. But then, once doctors had really looked into it, they found out. First, people thought that cocaine was, that it was good for you. Simply because it would make people feel good. They started turning it into pills in about, in the 20th century. In Memphis, Tennessee, cocaine was sold in neighborhood drugstores on Beale Street, costing 5 or 10 cents for a small boxful. Stevedores along the Mississippi River used the drug as a stimulant, and white employers encouraged it by black laborers. Sorry for my stuttering. Cocaine was then used to treat morphine addiction. But yet then people would get addicted to cocaine itself. I find this quite sad. When cocaine arrives at the brain reward system, it blocks the dopamine transport site, which is responsible for the uptake of dopaminergic synapse. Therefore, dopamine is not removed from the sympathetic gap, and it remains there in ever-increasing amounts because the successive nervous stimulation continues to arrive and release. Prolonged use of cocaine makes the brain adapt to it, and the overall synthesis of dopamine by the neutrons is decreased. Cocaine doses or interruptions between the user experiences the opposite of pleasure. Due to the low levels of dopamine, fatigue, depression, and altered moods happens to, the person who's been smoking cocaine, injecting it, snorting it, although cocaine is just not smart, kids. When you snort it in, it burns the follicles off your nose. Would you honestly want to live a life with your nose burning? It can kill you in one dose. It could cut off circulation to your brain simply because you're inhaling it. And anything you inhale in your lungs that's not air has some sort of danger to it. Unless, of course, you needed an inhalant puffer. Anything you inject into your blood as well. It's injecting an unnatural substance. It may come from a leaf, but the way that we alter it normally, it's not natural. I hope that my talk has helped you. Just remember, cocaine isn't what it's cracked up to be.
Blooper! Hello.
Hello.
What's you guys want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
Let's not smoke cocaine. Yay! Good idea.